Rahul Gandhi is currently in the United States, and every single time he touches on a foreign country, delivers lectures, it goes viral. And this time too, there's been a huge controversy over Rahul Gandhi's comments against the BJP, against the RSS. Now, there were several issues over which Rahul Gandhi was critical of the government. Over unemployment, he slammed the central government, said there's an unemployment crisis in India, even in the United States, but it isn't there in China. So that triggered a big fight. Then you had Rahul Gandhi speaking on women empowerment, saying that the BJP and the RSS want to confine women to kitchens, to cooking at home, and not stepping out and giving them opportunities. Again, the BJP countered that comment. Let's get you the reactions that have come in and also what Rahul Gandhi said first in our report.
Leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi is in the US. And from a foreign land, he fired back-to-back salvos at the BJP and its ideological parent RSS. During an interaction with the Indian community at the University of Texas on Monday, Rahul intensified his attack against the RSS, calling it anti-women, claiming the organization feels women should only be restricted to the kitchen.
So that's our take-home point.
The BJP and the RSS believe that women should be restricted to a particular role. They should stay at home, they should cook the food, they should not talk too much, right? And we believe that women should be allowed to aspire to whatever they want to do.
Union Mantri fired Gaddar jibe at the Gandhi sign for training guns on RSS.
आरएसएस को जानने के लिए राहुल गांधी को कई जन्म लेना पड़ेगा। देशद्रोही कोई आरएसएस को नहीं जान सकता। जो बाहर में जाकर के देश की निंदा करे, वो आरएसएस को नहीं जान सकता।
Rahul also attacked center over unemployment while heaping praises on China.
It's an honor for me to come. India has an employment problem. But there are many countries in the world that don't really have an employment problem. China certainly doesn't have an employment problem. Vietnam doesn't have an employment problem. So we have to reimagine how to produce in a democratic environment.
Reminding Rahul of a Pappu tag, Congress Overseas Chief Sam Pitroda stated that he is no Pappu as BJP liked to promote him.
I must tell you, he is no Pappu. He is highly educated. He is well read. He is a strategist with deep thinking on any subject.
Comment which drew massive mockery by the BJP. Gandhi's visit to the US is part of a broader outreach effort. His trip comes just ahead of the key Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir polls. Bureau Report, India Today.
So Rahul Gandhi, while in that interaction, spoke about the BJP and the RSS and spoke of, what they, according to him, stood for as far as women empowerment goes. There were also some other bits that went viral, like what Rahul Gandhi had to say about Devta and worship of God in India. He also spoke about currently how we stand as an economy in the global scheme of things. Let's listen into some of those highlights as well.
So Devta in India actually means a person whose internal feelings are exactly the same as his external expression. Meaning he's a completely transparent being. Right? It does not mean God. So if this person tells me every single thing that he believes or he thinks, and he tells it to me, that's the definition of Devta. Right? It's the idea that you destroy yourself. Right? So to me, that is interesting about our politics. How do you suppress your own ideas? Right? How do you suppress your own fear, or how do you suppress your own greed, or how do you suppress your own ambition and absorb other people's fear, other people's ambition? Why should one person, suddenly have all the ports, all the airports, all the defense contracts? What is happening when you do that? You're taking away money from people. Instead of having one business that, runs all the airports in the country and one business that runs all the ports, you could have 10, 15, 20, right? So it's all destruction of economic activity. 16 lakh crore rupees of bank loans have been forgiven to 25 people. 25 people. Right? Do you realize how many industries you could set up with that? And they've just been forgiven. And whose money is it? It's taxpayers' money. Where's it come from? It's come from your pockets. So why should 20 people get this?
So the BJP lashing out at Rahul Gandhi for his comment, saying there's an unemployment crisis in India, there's an unemployment crisis in America, but there's no unemployment in China. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has lashed out at Rahul, saying Rahul Gandhi at every opportunity he gets promotes China and humiliates India. Himanta has said that China and Congress's nexus must be exposed, something the BJP has repeatedly said, that Congress is hand in glove with China, and they've constantly also fired their attack at Rahul Gandhi, with Rahul now saying that India and US face an unemployment crisis, but China doesn't. He also took the name of Vietnam. You've got the BJP once again saying that there is a Congress-China nexus. Let's play out for you what the Assam Chief Minister said.
राहुल गांधी जी बहुत तरीका से चाइना को हमेशा प्रमोट करता है, ठीक है? तो ये जो आपको देखना पड़ेगा वो हमेशा भारत को नीचे दिखाने का और चाइना को एक बहुत बढ़िया नेशन का हिसाब से प्रोजेक्ट करना चाहते हैं कि कांग्रेस और कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी का बीच में जो एमओयू हुआ था, मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग, उनको खुलासा करना चाहिए। किसलिए क्या मेमोरेंडम ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग में ये भी लिखा है कि राहुल गांधी जहां भी जाएगा चाइनीज को प्रमोट करेगा।
So that's the Assam Chief Minister lashing out at Rahul Gandhi, saying every opportunity Rahul gets, the LOP goes ahead and promotes China. There was another big talking point that came in from the event. The Congress overseas chief, Sam Pitroda, not new to grabbing headlines, not new to triggering controversy, this time introduced Rahul Gandhi. And how did he introduce him? He said, Rahul Gandhi is no pappu. Intended, of course, as praise. But remember that the BJP is the one who had often mocked Rahul Gandhi by calling him pappu. So it's essentially that term being reawakened from the dead by none other than from within, by Sam Pitroda. It's not the first time, like I said, that Sam Pitroda has been in the midst of a controversy. Time and again, after Pitroda's comments, the Congress has had to backtrack, has had to distance itself, and sometimes even crack the whip on Pitroda.
He has a vision, contrary to what BJP promotes by spending crores and crores of rupees. I must tell you, he is no pappu.
He's done it again. Congress's overseas chief, aka Congress's biggest Achilles heel, Sam Pitroda, has made headlines for his pappu comment while introducing Rahul Gandhi. And this, believe it or not, was meant to be high praise.
Rahul Gandhi's agenda is to really address some of these larger issues. He has a vision, contrary to what BJP promotes by spending crores and crores of rupees. I must tell you, he is no pappu. He is highly educated. He is well read. He is a strategist with deep thinking on any subject.
It's not the first time Pitroda's made such controversial comments. Only weeks ago, Pitroda had pitted Rahul against Rajiv and opined that Rahul is more intellectual than his father. But it was during the heat of the election season that Pitroda, even by Congress's standards, had crossed a line when he made this racist remark.
We are a shining example of democracy in the world.
we could hold country together as diverse as India, where people on East look like Chinese, people on West look like Arab, people on North look like, maybe white, and people in South look like Africa. Doesn't matter.
And a month before this comment, the Congress was again forced to distance themselves from Pitroda's inheritance tax remark.
Let me tell you, in America, there is an inheritance tax. One has $100 million worth of wealth. And when he dies, he can only transfer probably 45% to his children. 55% is grabbed by government. Now, that's an interesting law. It says, you in your generation made wealth. You are leaving now. You must leave your wealth for public.
In 2023, the Congress overseas chief came under fire from BJP after he criticized the construction of Ram Mandir.
I'm worried about it. I'm worried about it because I see too much importance given to religion, which says we are on wrong direction. When nation is all involved in Ram Temple, Ram Mandir, Diya Jalao, okay, that bothers me.
His controversy's favourite child and BJP's favourite punching bag, Sam Pitroda has done it again, with the BJP now mocking the Congress, courtesy Pitroda's Pappu revival. Bureau Report, India Today. So we continue tracking all those reactions and, of course, the remainder of Rahul Gandhi's US trip as well. But let's focus on the other big story that came in today, which hints at a massive conspiracy, a terror plot to target India's massive rail network. Let's get your details of what happened in Kanpur, which has put the focus essentially on this terror plot. This train, the Kalindi Express, was in fact headed in the night when they found a gas cylinder placed on the tracks. It was thanks to the alert driver that a massive tragedy was averted. Because imagine if the train had hit the gas cylinder full speed. It would have led to an explosion, a derailment and massive casualties. The alert driver hit the emergency brake. So as soon as he hit the emergency brake, the train stopped, just about touched the cylinder, and the cylinder was thrown off the tracks. There was no explosion that took place. The cylinder itself was damaged. But right next to the LPG cylinders were also petrol bottles that were kept, matchboxes, all of which signifies that there was an attempt to essentially ensure an explosion takes place. Because of the loco pilot's thinking of applying, in fact, the emergency brakes, the train came to a halt shortly after the collision. A petrol bomb made by, in fact, whoever the accused is in this case, has also been recovered from railway tracks. A handful of people have been taken into custody. But is there a larger sabotage plan? Is there a larger terror plot that we need to look into, where trains now are being targeted? And how do you thwart such an attack from taking place? In this case, sheer luck. And of course, it was because the loco pilot was alert that this particular mishap was averted. But in many other cases, with such a massive rail network, how do you ensure adequate security? We'll be tracking all the latest on the investigation. Let's get you this report first on what happened.
Major disaster averted in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. A passenger train hit an LPG cylinder placed on the railway tracks on Sunday. The loco pilot who saw the cylinder applied the emergency brakes, softening the impact. The cylinder was thrown off the tracks.
ये विजुअल्स अगर आप देखेंगे, यही वो सिलेंडर है भरा हुआ जो कल रात को कालिंदी एक्सप्रेस से टकराया और करीबन 50 मीटर तक घसीटते हुए ट्रैक से बाहर हो गया। हालत अगर आप इसकी देखेंगे तो देखेंगे कि कितनी बुरी तरीके से इसका इंपैक्ट था कि लोहे की बॉडी जो है वो अंदर जा चुकी है और इसमें अच्छे खासे डेंट आपको देखने को मिलेंगे।
अभी हमारे सभी वरिष्ठ अधिकारियों ने मौका का मुआयना किया है और हम लोग चीजों को गंभीरता से देख रहे हैं।
Alongside the damaged LPG cylinder, the police recovered a bottle filled with petrol, matchboxes and other suspicious items from the area. The foiled attack comes days after a video emerged of Faratullah Gauri, the alleged terrorist who planned the 2002 Akshardham blast and 2024 Bengaluru Rameshwaram cafe blast, asking sleeper cells on video to carry out attacks on trains across India. A political controversy has erupted after government sources sought to blame Rahul Gandhi for the foiled attack. The leader of the opposition had met a few railway employees and interacted with trackmen earlier this month. Government sources claimed Rahul Gandhi exposed sensitive information to anti-national elements with this video.
ये संयोग नहीं है, प्रयोग है। रेल के चूक से दुर्घटना नहीं हुई है, ये साजिश चल रही है। एलओपी का जुबान बंद, इस पर अखिलेश जी का जुबान बंद, क्योंकि साजिश करने वाले एक खास समुदाय के होंगे, आ जाएगा।
Opposition leaders lashed out at the centre and questioned the surge in railway accidents in recent years.
रेल मंत्री या रेलवे विभाग की हालत इस समय ये हो गई है कि ट्रेन जो है वो जमीन पे ज्यादा चल रही है, पटरी पे कम चल रही है। हर दिन कोई ना कोई दुर्घटना की खबर आती है। एक ही ट्रैक पर 2-2 ट्रेन, 3-3 ट्रेन आ जा रही है। ये कैसे हो रहा है?
A few weeks ago, Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav had claimed a disturbing trend in railway incidents and assured a probe in each and every case.
Each and every incident हम लोग डिटेल्ड इंक्वायरी कर रहे हैं और कई इंसिडेंट्स में बहुत ही एक वेरी डिस्टर्बिंग ट्रेंड सा दिख रहा है जिसको सीरियसली लेना चाहिए.
At least 6 cases were reported in the last 2 months where trains hit objects placed on railway tracks. An investigation is underway to find if there's a conspiracy to target train services. With Simar Chawla in Kanpur, Bureau Report, India Today.
And the latest update we can get you is that the National Investigative Agency has also now been roped in to investigate this derailment plot. The NIA as well as the ATS, the anti-terror squad, will probe the terror angle. A 5-member NIA team has headed for the train mishap site to conduct investigations on ground as well. Let me bring in Simar Chawla, who's joining us live from the very spot where, in fact, this mishap took place. Simar, here is the latest updates. We understand a handful of people have been taken into custody. Who are these people? Do they suspect that these were the ones who planted the gas cylinder on the tracks?
Well, Akshita, first of all, keeping in mind the sensitivity and seriousness of the situation, the top agencies of the country have started an investigation in this very particular matter. The ATS and IB have been working, ever since this incident had happened. But now what we are learning is that the National Investigating Agency has started the investigation. They have called up for the facts from the Kanpur police. Talking about the situation as of now on the ground, I'll just show you in the visuals. There have been certain senior officials who are present on the spot, whether it be the Kanpur Police Commissioner, whether it be the DIG of the ATS, the Anti-Terror Squad Agency. They are on the spot doing their very particular investigation. If we talk about the developments as of now, what we are learning is that more than 10 people have been apprehended as of now, just for the questioning purposes. There has been no specific input. Neither they are accused in this matter as of now, but police is questioning all the people, they're getting hold on, and if they are getting an input that they might have some information in this very particular matter. So more than 10 people have been apprehended, on the basis of which some more people are being called for questioning, just to get the input that who is the person just behind this very particular attack, who is the mastermind. But that fact will only be cleared once the investigation is complete. So as of now, the FIR has been registered against unknown person. Although there have been certain events which has happened, like the Kanpur police has gone to Kannauj and have taken the DVR from a shop whose polythene was used to carry the explosives and petrol, which was found in this very particular spot. Also, they are getting the serial locations of several people who were present at the spot at this very particular time when this incident happened. So these kind of investigation is going to happen. But as of now, on the spot, you will see it's almost 11 hours after this incident has happened. But you can see that still there is an ADG level officer who is still present at the spot. The IG of the ATS has already visited the spot. There are senior police officials along with a lot of police force which are on the spot investigating this very particular matter. So now what we are learning is that IB and ATS is doing their, investigation in this very matter. NIA has also chipped in, and also Kanpur police is doing a specific, different investigation, obviously in a coordinated manner, and the railway will present a special report which they will conclude after the findings of the forensic team is made public to them, the report comes out. So these are the facts. As of now, the investigation is going on. Certain officials are visiting the very particular...
Just a quick question to you about what were the recoveries that were made from the spot. There was a gas cylinder, yes, but besides that gas cylinder, we understand that there were petrol bombs also found there along with matchboxes. Can you confirm what were the recoveries really from that spot?
Well, Akshata, I am present exactly at the spot where this recovery happened. I'll request my camera person to show you in the visuals. This is the crime spot which has been sealed by the forensic team. And this is the particular spot from where the explosive in the form of powder, which is said to be the gunpowder, that was found. And inside that, a matchbox was found. And, with it, a petrol bomb was found. This is the recovery which was made, from this very particular location. After which it was seized and sent to the local police station, which the forensic team now has taken into the custody, and they're doing their experiments and finding out that what was the quantity of it, what was the potency of it, how much damage it could have done. Because one thing is very clear: this incident, which has been averted, could have been more worse if the cylinder would have blasted, which was the motive of the mastermind, as being said by the Kanpur police. If that would have happened, the situation had been more worse. The repercussions would have been more worse, and the situation has been different. But just going into the merit and the motive of this particular plot, which could have have a lot of repercussions, police is not taking any of the chances, and also the agencies have now come in together doing a joint investigation. Obviously, will submit a different report, but they are leaving no loose on this very particular matter, doing a proper investigation.
Very important to have a detailed investigation to confirm who are the culprits behind this attack. Let's be very clear. This was sabotage. There was a message and an attempt here to target those train passengers. And if it wasn't for the alert loco pilot, the story we'd be covering right now would be vastly different from what we're doing at this point of an almost mishap. We'd have been talking of a tragedy in which the casualty count could have perhaps run into the hundreds. Let's talk about really how there have been multiple incidents of late that's led to questions about whether there's an attempt to target our rail network, target trains. The latest, of course, is what's happened now of the Kalindi Express train hitting an LPG cylinder that was placed right on the rail track. So the attempt was to ensure massive explosion takes place and thereby a derailment happens. On August 23rd, the Kasganj Farrukhabad passenger train was travelling by and a wooden log was found on the rail track. Again, fortunately, you didn't see any casualties being reported in this incident. Now, similarly, on the rail track, a cement block was placed. This was in Rajasthan for a Vande Bharat Express that was blocked off because of the cement brick that was placed on top of the rail track. Obviously, any sort of disruptions to the rail track can lead to derailments, and that's why we're seeing multiple such incidents of blockades being placed. On August 18th, this is the Nainpur-Jabalpur train. It hit an iron rod, again that was placed flat on the rail track. And an iron rod, there's no chance of the loco pilot even spotting it before. And in these cases, fortunately, we didn't see any casualties. But on August 17th, when you had the Sabarmati Express that had derailed, 20 coaches had derailed because there was a boulder on the track. The investigation is still underway into this particular case to establish exactly what happened and whether it was, just a natural occurrence or whether this boulder was intentionally placed to create this kind of an incident in casualties. On July 18, the Chandigarh-Dibrugarh Express train derailed after a sudden explosion was heard. And there was a lot of back and forth on this as well. But these are multiple instances that have again raised questions about whether our trains, which ferry lakhs of passengers every single day, are being targeted. Arvind Ojha is joining us live with more details on this. Arvind, this is extremely worrying. और क्या agencies अभी और कुछ additional steps ले रहे हैं to ensure that our rail networks are completely secure?
देखिए, सबसे पहले बता दूं कि इसको लेकर पहले से ही अलर्ट है। इंडिया टुडे ने भी रिपोर्ट किया था कि जो पाकिस्तान में बैठा एक इंडिया का मोस्ट वांटेड टेररिस्ट है फरहतुल्लाह गौरी, उसने अगस्त में एक वीडियो रिलीज किया था और अपने स्लीपर सेल को एक तरीके से कहें कम्युनिकेशन भेजा था 3 मिनट के वीडियो में कि वो भारतीय ट्रेन को निशाने पर लें, ट्रेन को सबोटाज करें, ट्रेन डिरेलमेंट करें, इस तरह से अफरा तफरी मचेगी। उसके बाद से इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी अलर्ट पर थी और उसके कुछ दिन बाद इस तरह का इंसिडेंट होना, जाहिर सी बात है इसको रिलेट करके अभी एजेंसीज देख रही हैं और शायद इस वजह से जो नेशनल इन्वेस्टिगेटिव एजेंसीज है एनआईए की टीम वो स्पॉट पर गई हुई है, जो उत्तर प्रदेश की एटीएस की टीम है वो भी स्पॉट पर गई हुई है। उसके अलावा तमाम जो इंटेल एजेंसीज हैं वो इस पूरे केस को बहुत सीरियसली देख रही हैं, क्योंकि पहले साल 2016 की बात करें तो कानपुर में एक बड़ा इंसिडेंट हुआ था, ट्रेन एक्सीडेंट, जिसमें 150 लोगों की मौत हुई थी। उसमें भी इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो की टीम ने खुलासा किया था कि उसके पीछे पाकिस्तान की खुफिया एजेंसी आईएसआई है। तो आईएसआई जो इंडियन रेलवे है उसको टारगेट करती है, बात किसी से छिपी हुई नहीं है। और ये जो पूरा इंसिडेंट है अभी हाल का कानपुर के पास, जैसा हमारे कलीग सिमर चावला बता रहे थे, उसमें भी कहीं ना कहीं जो चीजें मिली हैं, जो एक्सक्लूसिव मिला है, वो कॉन्स्पिरेसी की तरफ इशारा करता है। इस वजह से जो सेंट्रल एजेंसी है वो खुद स्पॉट पर गई हुई हैं और जैसा कि मैंने पहले बताया कि पहले से ही ये एजेंसियों को कि जो स्लीपर सेल का नेटवर्क है वो रेलवे को निशाना बना सकता है। अक्षिता।
Okay, Arvind, thanks very much for joining us with those details. But Arvind's telling us also extremely concerning, because it's clear at this point that there's an attempt to target our rail network. And that's why we're putting forth a couple of questions that hopefully we'll get answers to in the next few days. First, of course, is about the investigation itself, about who placed this LPG cylinder and petrol bottles or petrol bombs close to the rail tracks. Were there matchboxes also there to clearly trigger an explosion? Is there an active terror module right now of targeting trains? And is that confirmed with this particular incident that took place in Kanpur? Is there a larger conspiracy afoot to actually derail India's growing railways? It's a massive network, the world's largest. And is that why now trains are being targeted? With such a massive rail network, and this is something I started off our broadcast with, how do we secure our tracks? How can you ensure security along all rail tracks, monitoring across all rail tracks? At this point, with so many incidents being reported, and this one in Kanpur, this is going to be the need of the hour and a huge test for authorities. Now, attempt to pass off terror attacks as derailments. Is there a clear attempt by whoever is the perpetrator of these incidents to make it look almost like it was an accident and not a plotted attack? That really is the question, because in every one of these cases, you see some sort of obstruction placed on the rail track that will lead to the train flipping over. In this case, it would have triggered an explosion and a derailment, which would have meant a huge, huge number of casualties. And like I said, the nature of the story that we'd be reporting on would be very, very different if not for their alert loco pilot. We're going to continue tracking all the latest that comes in on the investigation on this big, big story. Let's get you a detailed ground report now from Gujarat, Surat. After stones were pelted at a Ganesh Pandal in the early hours of Monday, you had tension breaking out. 6 minors who allegedly threw those stones at the Ganesh Pandal have been detained by the police. And soon after, when you had clashes breaking out, there was widespread violence reported. 27 people have been arrested by the police, who allegedly encouraged the stone pelting as well.
Tensions escalated in Surat, Gujarat, in the early hours of Monday. After some people pelted stones at a Ganesh Pandal, the incident occurred in Saidpura area. Locals took to the streets in protest, with the police resorting to lathi charge and tear gas to manage the crowd. At around 2:30 a.m., Gujarat Home Minister Harsh Sanghvi and local BJP MLA Kanti Balar also visited the spot and tried to defuse the tensions.
सूरत पुलिस द्वारा ये सभी पत्थरबाजों को कुछ ही मिनटों में गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया था। उसी के साथ उनको बहकाने वाले 20 से ज्यादा और लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया गया है। सूरत शहर पुलिस द्वारा ये पूरे क्षेत्र में कोम्बिंग की कार्यवाही उसी समय चालू कर ली गई थी। अभी भी ये कार्यवाही चालू है।
Police say the stones were pelted at a Ganesh pandal by some minors. 6 of them have been taken in custody by the police, along with 27 others who allegedly encouraged the stone pelting.
इन सभी बनावों में हमारे पास जो सीसीटीवी फुटेजेस है, एविडेंस है, उसके हिसाब से हम आने वाले समय जो भी आरोपी को पकड़ने का और आने वाले समय में भी किसी को भी छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा। कुल 6 टीमें हम लोगों ने बनाई है। जहाँ पे अभी ये मंडप था वो भी पूरा मुस्लिम एरिया के बीच में, लेकिन वहाँ पे हिंदू मुस्लिम एरिया बहुत अच्छी शांति से वर्षों से लोग करते हैं, वहाँ कोई डिस्टर्बेंस कल नहीं हुआ। तो 1 किलोमीटर दूर से आके यहाँ पे जो किया गया है, तो उसके पीछे कोई प्री प्लान था या किसने करवाया, क्यों किया, उसके पीछे भी हम लोग अभी इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है।
Around 1,000 police personnel have been deployed in the area to maintain law and order.
सूरत नगर निगम की तरफ से अवैध जो भी दुकानें बनाई गई थी वहां पे कार्यवाही की जा रही है। फिलहाल बुलडोजर तो नहीं, लेकिन जेसीबी के माध्यम से जो दुकानें बनाई गई थी अवैध उसे गिराया जा रहा है। कुछ ऐसी जगह है जहां पे अवैध पूरा निर्माण किया गया था, उसको नगर निगम की तरफ से आइडेंटिफाई किया जा रहा है और फिलहाल पुलिस प्रशासन की तरफ से सुरक्षा बंदोबस्त जो है वो मुहैया करा के जो भी अवैध पूरा निर्माण है उसे यहाँ पे तोड़ा भी जा रहा है।
Illegal constructions around the area where stone pelting took place were demolished on Monday morning with the help of JCBs. Politics, meanwhile, over the riot is also escalating.
पर पंडाल में पथराव किया गया। एक खास समुदाय कौन है? मुसलमान है। और मैं तो फिर यहां भी आरोप लगा रहा हूं कि कांग्रेस इसके पीछे है, क्योंकि कांग्रेस ने कहा था कि ये बांग्लादेश में बना दूंगा। बांग्लादेश में ऐसी घटना चल रही है 2 दिनों से गणेश उत्सव पर। क्या भारत को बांग्लादेश बनाना चाहते हैं?
होता रहता है, सब रूटीन है, इनको उछालना नहीं चाहिए। जो भी हुआ होगा। कोई इंटरनेशनली कोई भी कम्युनिटी दूसरी कम्युनिटी को धार्मिक जब इनका मामला होता है तो अटैक नहीं करता है। पागल लोग होते हैं, कहीं गलती से अटैक हो गया, इसका बड़ा रूप देना वो ठीक नहीं होता है। रास्ता निकालना चाहिए बैठकर।
As the investigation into the case of stone pelting at the Ganesh pandal continues, Surat simmers. Bureau Report, India Today.
Hello and welcome to this India Today special. I'm Akshita Nandagopal and it's my honor to be joined by Deepti Jawaji, who's done us so proud in Paris, having won bronze in the 400 meters T20. Now, Deepti hails from Telangana, so we'll be talking to her in Telugu, and we will ensure that we put out a transcription for you as well. But Deepti, meeku meer team ki congratulations. Meer etla celebrate chesnaru.
Thank you, ma'am. So నాకు ఎకరాలో నేను అంటే మన 2 తెలుగు రాష్ట్రాలలో నేనే ఫస్ట్ టైం ప్యారాకి మెడల్ తీసుకెళ్ళడం నాకు అది సంతోషంగా అనిపిస్తుంది మ్యామ్.
లకటే ఎట్లా సెలబ్రేట్ చేస్తున్నారు?
సో
పార్టీ చేస్తారా?
yes మ్యామ్, బాగా చేశారు.
బాగా పార్టీ చేస్తారు. ఈ మెడల్ కి దీప్తి మాకి చెప్పండి, ఎంత హార్డ్ వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఎంత సపోర్ట్ చిక్కింది మీకు?
సో హార్డ్ వర్క్ అంటే ఇక్కడ మాకు నాపూరి రమేష్ సార్ సాయి కోచ్. సరే, నేను ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినప్పుడు నాకు అంత ఏం తెలియకపోతే సరే నన్ను దగ్గరుండి చూసుకున్నారు మ్యామ్. సో నాకు ట్రైనింగ్ ఇవ్వడం, సో నేను చిన్నగా నేషనల్స్ లో స్టేట్ లో మెడల్స్ తీయడం, ఆ తర్వాత నేను ఇప్పుడు మన ప్యారాలో నేను మన ఇండియాకి ఫస్ట్ మెడల్ తీసుకొచ్చాను.
అవును, మేము యాజ్ అ కంట్రీ వి సో ప్రౌడ్ ఆఫ్ యూ. నేను తెలుగు, దానికోసం ఐఎమ్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ప్రౌడ్. మీరు ఇంత అకంప్లిష్ చేస్తున్నారు ప్యారిస్ లోను. దీప్తి, మీరు అమ్మ నాన్నది ఒక ఇంటర్వ్యూ వైరల్ అయింది, మీరు చూసినారా లేదు తెలియదు నాకు. లేకుంటే వాళ్ళు చెప్పినారు ఎట్లా గ్రామంలో ఎట్లా అందరూ మాట్లాడినారు. ఫస్ట్ కుటుంబంకి ఎంత కష్టంగా ఉన్నది, మీ స్ట్రగుల్స్ గురించి కొంచెం చెప్తారా?
అంటే చిన్నప్పుడు నేను పుట్టినప్పుడు నేను అంటే గ్రహణంతో పుట్టాను మ్యామ్, గ్రహణం టైంలో. సో అది నన్ను ఇంటి పక్కన వాళ్ళు కొంచెం హేళన చేసేవారు, చుట్టాలు వాళ్ళు అందరూ కొంచెం హేళన చేసేవారు. అంటే ఈమె ఇలా ఉంది, ఇలా అంటే నన్ను కొంచెం కోతి అనడం, లేదంటే కొంచెం నన్ను ఈమె తీసుకెళ్లి వేరే అనాథ ఆశ్రమంలో వేయడం అని మా పేరెంట్స్ కి అంటే చెప్పేవారు అట్లా. సో ఎన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నా కూడా నేను ఎవరన్నా అన్నా కూడా నేను అవన్నీ పట్టించుకోకుండా నా స్పోర్ట్స్ పైన నేను దృష్టి పెట్టాను.
అది మీకు ఎఫెక్ట్ చేయలేదా? మీరు ఎట్లా ఇంత స్ట్రాంగ్ గా ఇప్పుడు ఒక మెడల్ కూడా ఎత్తేసి వచ్చినారు, అది మీకు ఎఫెక్ట్ కాలేదా? లేదా కుటుంబం మీ సైడ్ లో ఉన్నారు, ఫ్యామిలీ ఉన్నారు, దానికోసం ఇది చేస్తున్నారు?
అందరూ సపోర్ట్ చేశారు. సో కాబట్టే నేను ఈ రోజు ఈ మెడల్ తీసుకురాగలిగాను మ్యామ్.
ఈ రోజు ఇప్పుడు ఈ మెడల్ తీసుకున్నాక ఒక సమాధానం ఇచ్చేసినారు లాగా అనుకుంటారా?
ఎస్ మ్యామ్.
అవునా?
అంటే ఈ రోజు నేను ఈ స్థాయిలో ఉన్నాను కాబట్టి, ఈ మెడల్ తీసుకొచ్చాను కాబట్టి, ఈ రోజు నన్ను అన్న వాళ్ళు ఈ రోజు నాకు కొంచెం నన్ను గర్వంగా చూడడం, అది నాకు చాలా బాగా హ్యాపీ అనిపిస్తుంది.
ఇప్పుడు ఫుల్ కంట్రీ చూసేసి ఇంత ప్రౌడ్ గా, ఇంత ఎమోషన్ గా చూసేసి వి ఆల్ ఫెల్ట్ సో ప్రౌడ్ ఆఫ్ యూ. ఇంకా ఒక స్టోరీ ఉంది దీప్తి గారు. మీరు ఛాంపియన్షిప్ డబ్బు యూజ్ చేసేసి ఒక భూమిని తిరిగి కొన్నారు అమ్మ నాన్నకి. యూజువల్ గా ఒక ఛాంపియన్షిప్ అయినాక డబ్బు చేసేసి ఎత్తుకునేసి యూజువల్ గా మోస్ట్లీ షాపింగ్ వెళ్తారు, బ్యాగ్స్ కొంటారు, లేకపోతే పార్టీ చేస్తారు. మీరు ఎందుకు ఇది చేసినారు, భూమి తిరిగి కొన్నారు?
సో అంటే మాకున్న ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వల్ల అది భూమి అమ్మవలసి వచ్చింది మ్యామ్. సో నాకు ఏషియన్ గేమ్స్ లో మెడల్ రాగానే అలాగే క్యాష్ అవార్డు రావడం వల్ల నేను మళ్ళీ ఆ భూమిని నేను కొనేసి ఇచ్చాను ఫ్యామిలీకి.
ఒకసారి కూడా ఏది ఒక థాట్ కూడా రాలేదా, నేను కొంచెం ఆ డబ్బు యూజ్ చేసేసి నేను షాప్ చేసేసి ఏమో ఎత్తుకుంటాను, అట్లా ఏం లేదు? ఇమీడియట్లీ అదే అమ్మ నాన్నకి ఏ చేయాలి?
అదేం లేదు.
అమేజింగ్. ఇప్పుడు దీప్తి కొంచెం రిలాక్స్ చేస్తారా, లేదా డైరెక్ట్ గా నెక్స్ట్ పారాలింపిక్స్ కి ట్రైనింగ్ స్టార్ట్ అయిందా?
అంటే మ్యామ్ ఇప్పుడు కొంచెం రెస్ట్ తీసుకుందాం అనేసి అనుకుంటున్నాం మ్యామ్. దాని తర్వాత మళ్ళీ నేను ట్రైనింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను.
సో మీరు మిషన్ ఏమి నెక్స్ట్ పారాలింపిక్స్ కి, ఏం మిషన్ మీది?
నెక్స్ట్ పారాలింపిక్స్ లో కూడా నేను మళ్ళీ మెడల్ తీసుకురావాలనేదే నా ఉద్దేశం.
ఫైనలీ మీకు ఏం సపోర్ట్ చిక్కింది దీప్తి? సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ నుంచి, స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్ నుంచి ఏం సపోర్ట్ చిక్కింది మీకు ఈ జర్నీలో?
సో నాకు ఇంతవరకు అంటే నేను ఏషియన్ గేమ్స్ లో గోల్డ్ మెడల్ కొట్టాను, రికార్డు బ్రేక్ చేశాను. సో వరల్డ్ ఛాంపియన్షిప్ లో కూడా గోల్డ్ కొట్టాను, వరల్డ్ రికార్డ్ బ్రేక్ చేశాను. సో అప్పటికి నాకు ప్రభుత్వం నుంచి అసలు నాకు ఏం చిక్కలేదు. సో ఇప్పుడు ఒలింపిక్స్ లో మెడల్ కొట్టడం వల్ల నాకు కొంచెం ఇప్పుడు సీఎం గారితో కొంచెం కలవడం జరిగింది మ్యామ్. ఇంతకుముందు అసలు ఏం కలవలేదు.
అవునా? అలాకంటే ఇప్పుడు కొంచెం సపోర్ట్ చిక్కింది.
అవును.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ దీప్తి. ఇంకొకసారి కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. The most fitting message perhaps to all of our critics by bringing a medal and making India so very proud. We'll continue getting you some of the heroic stories of our Paralympians who've done us so proud at the Paralympics in Paris. That's all I have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks very much for tuning in.